What? Going? Hey, you're becoming a drop shotter before our eyes. Look at the head on her.
Love it. Big, choked it all the way down. Let's catch another one. Hey guys, California, Mr. Cody Meyer. Can't come west and fish deep with Cody Meyer without throwing a drop shot. So, we're here on Lake of the Pines, his home lake. Tell us what's going down.
You know, today it's a perfect day. I mean, it's bluebird skies, it's cold outside, post-front conditions. You know, right now these fish are deeper. There's a lot of grass structure in this lake, but these fish are kind of backed off the grass. They're in the structure. Right now, you're gonna see groups of fish. And it is the time to drop shot. You know, this time of the year is a perfect time to catch a lot of these big ones on a drop shot. And, you know, like you said, people think spotted bass, smallmouth. We're gonna be catching big largemouth out here in California. And just because we're throwing a drop shot doesn't mean we're gonna catch little ones. We're gonna go after the biggest fish in this lake, and a drop shot is gonna be the way to do it.
We're gonna catch some big largemouth today with Cody in California. Y'all stay tuned. You know, Cody, it's almost December, and back home right now, you can fish anywhere you want to because everybody's deer hunting. And man, if they saw that thing, you'd have to chase them down to get them back in the boat.
You know, what's crazy is this is a really unique situation around here in Northern California. You know, there's black-tailed deer and mule deer. They're in my backyard. They're just walking around everywhere. They're not even scared of people. I mean, I hear about it all the time when I post a picture about, oh my gosh, if that deer walked in front of my deer stand, I would have died and gone to heaven. Who knows? There's one, Jason.
Found one of them. Well, we saw them when we came out of that creek.
Yeah, a wacky rig drop shot.
Decent fish.
Yeah, it's always fun on light line, isn't it?
They're all fun. I don't care what you catch them on.
There we go. That'll start the day off, man.
You got to start somewhere.
You got to start. That's a decent fish.
That's a good
man.
fish.
Yeah, light line with a drop shot. It's always going to be fun. And
3.5.
Yeah, today, you know, you see the conditions. It's bluebird skies. I mean, it's post front. You know, the only way we're going to catch fish today is going to be light line and a drop shot.
Yeah.
So that will definitely work.
That'll get it started for sure. So coming out here to California to fish a drop shot is it's kind of interesting because this is where it all began.
You know, it really did. California, I mean, with the deep, clear pressure lakes, I mean, this is where it all started. I can literally remember being in high school, and in 1999, I fished a Bassmaster event on Lake Oroville, and that's where it kind of became popular. The whole world learned about the drop shot back then, and it was really, you know, Aaron Martins from Southern California that came out with it, and it's such an easy technique to really fish. And it's deadly on these deep, clear lakes, and that's why it just works so well out here in California, because, you know, there's a lot of pressure. You're going to fish small baits, and it's really just a must when the fishing is tough. So, you know, it's been a staple among anglers out here on the West for a long time, and it's really something that, you know, guys like me have taken back east on the tour, on the FLW tour,
right.
Caught a lot of fish, and, you know, probably every angler fishing today on the tour of any sort have thrown the drop shot, because you have to catch a lot of fish.
Well, we've integrated it in the Tennessee River ledge fishing deal too. I mean, you're looking at them on the Garmin, you drop to it. I think maybe one of the biggest misconceptions about a drop shot is you got to fish it on a spinning rod, you got to fish it on, you know, 6-pound line. You know, this water clarity here is not super clear. I mean, it's what, maybe 4 feet visibility.
Yeah.
This is just 10-pound line on a medium bait caster. You know, it's the same exact setup, but you can fish it lots of different ways. You can fish it heavy line and grass.
You know, I've made a lot of top 10s out here on the West, California Delta, Clear Lake, throwing it on a casting setup like you are today with 12, 15-pound tests, pitching it right in the reeds and catching big ones. So, you know, it's just a natural technique. It looks very realistic. You know, you have that bait above the bottom. You know, it looks like a little bait fish swimming around. And I don't care if you're from California to Florida to New York, a drop shot's gonna catch fish across the country.
Let's just catch some on it today.
Sounds good. See that on the Garmin there, Jason?
Got it.
There he is.
That was one of them you pitched out to.
Yeah, I pitched out there. You know, it feels like a decent fish, but what's funny, he actually bit it. I missed him and I let the bait just sit there. I'm throwing a wacky rig drop shot and he came back and got it.
Pretty decent fish.
Yeah, not bad. You know, there's quite a few of them down here right now. And you know, I'm throwing light line. This is 6-pound test. And you know, so you got to really take your time. That's one thing with when you're fishing light line with a drop shot like this. Just take your time, you fight the fish.
Make sure your drag's correct.
Make sure your drag's correct, but you got to get the bite first before you can catch them.
Right.
That one there. Not a bad one, huh?
No, that's a good fish.
All right. Brr, that thing's cold.
It's not warm this morning.
No, nice chunky fish, man. That thing's over 3 pounds for sure. You know, these are Florida strain largemouth as well, you know, so that's a little bit different. I mean, you think of cold water largemouth fishing, you think about fishing up north, stuff like that. This is Florida strain largemouth, cold water, light line finesse fishing at its best right there.
And then Floridas get thick.
They do, man.
Castaic, the company that invented the swim bait lure category, introduces the most lifelike series of fishing lures on the market today. With jointed, paddle tail, and straight body designs, Castaic has it all. Castaic lures will entice the most stubborn fish to bite. Available in an array of sizes, shapes, and a multitude of colors, Castaic has the perfect lifelike lure for the job. So if you're ready to get your hands wet, pick up a Castaic lure today.
Bulldog rods feature a series of 12 rods designed by the best of the best in the industry. All the tools a serious bass fisherman would ever need. Whether you're a touring pro or a weekend warrior, these rods are for you. Each blank features Japanese Toray carbon fiber and gives these rods incredible feel, lightness, and power. With a no questions asked warranty, unmatched look, durability, and sensitivity that has to be felt to be believed, they are priced to sell, built to last. Bulldog rods, tough as a dog, that's no bull.
You got it dialed in that these fish are wanting that small XRM.
Yeah, nice. It's a stud right there. Shallow running jerkbait called an XRM 100. It's a reaction strike jerkbait. Hey, that's a nice fish for sure. Nice fish.
Introducing the Microwave Line Control System by American Tackle, the most efficient casting system on the planet. It uses the latest in line guide technology to improve accuracy and add distance to each cast. A two-stage conical design primary guide captures and controls fishing line to straighten coils, reducing friction and maintaining line speed during the cast. It's so effective that it requires less energy to deliver the smoothest, most accurate long-distance casts possible.
The Bass Doctor is sponsored by American Tackle Company, makers of the Microwave Guide System, Lucky Tackle Box, Castaic, the original swim bait company, Duquette Fishing, Reaction Strike, #1 in swim baits, Bulldog rods, tough as a dog, that ain't no bull, Power Pole shallow water anchors, Garmin, TH Marine, Stormer, and by Backstabber Lures.
All right, Jason, so here we are. This is one of my favorite spots on the lake this time of the year. You know, it's a deep island top. Really, it's the kind of the main point of this lake. You have, you know, the channel that runs right by it, and it's just a perfect spot for a big fish to be. You know, there's some grass on top of this thing, there's some deep drops on there, and usually there's a couple big ones that are gonna be sitting down there. You know, a day like today with, you know, these conditions though, I mean, this is the deal. I mean, the drop shot's gonna be how you're gonna catch these fish. Yeah. I mean, normally you'd like to roll through here with the, you know, swim bait or big crankbait, but, you know, with conditions like this, drop shot's the way to go for sure.
Well, it is bluebird. It's slick and calm. I mean, this is basically just what most of our guys know is a hump back home. It's just a high spot.
Yeah.
It's just comes up shallow, got some grass on top. It's kind of the same thing we fish all across the Southeast.
Yeah. A bass is a bass.
Bass is a bass. Uh-oh. Didn't take too long.
No, I pulled up on this deep island, this little guy.
Showing out.
Showing out.
Ooh, you wet me.
That was on purpose. Thank you, bass.
This is what my friends do to me.
Not a big one, but a little fish.
It is a fish.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple down there, man. This is
2 or 3.
It's hard to catch these fish when they're just glued to the bottom,
right.
You know, unless you're dragging something like a drop shot above them. I mean, I've seen it where you catch these fish and there's literally mud on their bellies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're just sitting there. They're not active at all. But they're right on the side of this, you know, where they're supposed to be, right on the side of this island or this hump. You know, like I say, there's grass on top, but they're down, you know, around the rock, off the side, you know, around 20 feet, 25 feet.
Several of them down there.
Yeah, we just got to get them to bite now. You know, I've seen it too a lot of times where you just got to drag that drop shot through it or fish it real slow. And
uh-oh.
look at that, right under the boat. It's one of those we saw.
Yeah, I seen another one right there. Oh, little fella. Ooh, don't wet me again now.
Yeah, you know, again, it's a fish. It's not a big one. A wacky rig drop shot though is a great way to get bites on a day like this. You know, there's a lot of tournaments you'd want this little guy.
Heck yeah.
Got him?
Got him. Saw him on the Garmin and got him. Yeah. He's mad too.
He is, huh?
Not a great big one, but another one in 2.5.
Good tournament fish.
Good tournament fish. Good fish to catch just out goofing off on a Wednesday or whatever the day is.
Yeah. Another little one.
Little fella. Still fun to catch them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a little guy. Old wacky rig. Little healthy fish, man, right there. Got those teeth, you know, those sharp little teeth. Get them bluegill. Go ahead and throw him back. You know, that's really important when you're fishing, you know, deep like this with a drop shot, to always pay attention to your fish finder. You know, I'm constantly staring at that Garmin right now, and if I see any fish, 1 fish, 2, doesn't matter, I'm gonna drop down there because I know there's a fish right below the boat. So it takes some of the guesswork out. You know, you don't have to cast around, look for fish. I can drop right down, and you know, 8 out of 10 times you're gonna get that fish to bite if it's deep enough. So that's a really, really important key. I don't care what you're throwing. You have a drop shot rigged up. You know, you could be throwing any bait you want to throw, and then if you see a fish down there, reel up real quick, drop that drop shot down, and you know, throughout the course of the day, you're gonna catch a couple key fish doing that, you know, in a tournament.
You got it dialed in that these fish are wanting that small XRM.
Yeah, nice. It's a stud right there. Shallow running jerkbait called an XRM 100. It's a reaction strike jerkbait. Hey, that's a nice fish for sure. Nice fish.
Closed captioning sponsored by American Tackle Company, makers of the microwave guide system.
Hey guys, iCast, Orlando, great place, great products. Duquette booth, Mr. Boyd Duquette himself. What you got for us, man?
Well, you know, obviously we have what you're used to, which is the Duquette fishing reels. Of course, the 360, that's the one I have in my hand, available in white or black.
Right.
That's the one that you fish with, so you certainly know about that. $249 price point, outstanding reel. It's also available. This is a 360. This is a 320 mile, a 320 model.
Both available, black and white.
Both available in black and white. $189. And then we have the 300 series, which is this reel right here, in a left hand. They're also available in left hand, even though I look like a goose when I try to do it left hand. And that's available for $129.
Great products. I've been throwing this reel for 3 seasons now.
I think so.
A lot of success with it. Basically no failure. You got something new coming for us too.
I do have something new coming. We can't talk too much about it, but we did want to show it at iCast. This is our new 400 series reel, a big upgrade over these 300 series. Probably going to be available sometime in 18. And I got some really cool tricks on this one. You're going to love this, but I just can't let you have it yet.
Hey, y'all heard about it here first. 400 series from Duquette. Great product. All the 300s have been throwing for a while. Let's go back fishing.
There we go.
What you got?
A decent one, Jason.
Big one?
You know, it feels all right.
I'm sitting over here dragging over these we just saw.
You know, it feels like the one I just lost. Decent fish, you know, just kind of dragging that drop shot down there. And barely felt that bite. I mean, I'm talking, it barely picked it up.
Yeah, I just turned around and pitched out the back on them we saw.
Yeah, that thing was at about 25 feet or so, a little bit deeper. Taking me for a ride.
Must be a good one.
You know, it feels like a good fish for sure. Haven't seen it yet. Could just be an angry 3-pounder, but I'm telling you, it feels like it's got some grass.
It's a good fish. He just lost a lot of grass on that.
A lot of grass. Gosh, I thought it was a lot bigger. Look at the gut on this one.
Fat.
Yeah, look at that.
Almost looks like one of them spots we caught out here a couple years ago.
Yeah, not a bad one. Drop shot does it again. You know, Jason, for me, it's all about the presentation of this drop shot. You know, I personally like to fish it where you keep the weight on the bottom and you just shake the slack in your line. You know, you don't really want to hop that thing a lot. You want to just kind of gently shake the slack in the line, leave that weight on the bottom, and that's going to give the bait the most action, and you know, you're really going to get a lot more bites because of it. I see all the time guys really hopping that thing, and it's just, you don't get as many bites. So leave the weight on the bottom, shake the slack in the line, and you're going to get a lot more bites throughout the course of a day.
Now that weight being on the bottom actually gives you a connection point, so it's got more wiggle to it. But it's not like fishing a jig where you're raising it up, letting it down, raising it up. You're just shaking the bait itself, and you're not really moving the weight. So, yeah, it keeps it in the strike zone longer.
You know, so right now we're kind of fishing this edge of this grass right here. There's a pretty strong weed line, and you know, this is something I really like to do with the drop shot, is really fish slowly down this weed line, and a lot of those fish will hang in that grass and they'll come out and grab that bait and jet right back in the grass.
What I like doing is watching that graph when you're going by, and I'll pitch out behind us where I saw one. Oh, right there's one of them. Got him. Got him. Saw him. Saw him on the Garmin and got him.
Big one?
No, dude, feels pretty good. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a big one. That's a real big one. It's a little old beady hook.
5-pounder, man.
Yeah, it's a 5-pounder.
Hey, you're becoming a drop shotter before our eyes. This is unbelievable.
Let's not get carried away. Let me get back here to this seat. He's putting on a show for us anyway. Come here, buddy. Look there. Hey now, 5-pounder.
You know, it's funny, a lot of people will talk about a drop shot and think, oh, little tiny bass. I mean, definitely not the case.
Yeah.
So natural. You know, I mean, it puts the bait there right in the strike zone in front of them. And I mean, there's proof. There's a 5-pounder.
That's not a tiny bass.
No, that is a good one. I don't care where you go, a 5-pounder is a big one.
Yeah. I'll take it. Find me another one.
Good job, buddy.
Let's get down to business. Quiet, you sons of fishes. Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Because now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all's sonar is just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
Castaic, the company that invented the swim bait lure category, introduces the most lifelike series of fishing lures on the market today. With jointed, paddle tail, and straight body designs, Castaic has it all. Castaic lures will entice the most stubborn fish to bite. Available in an array of sizes, shapes, and a multitude of colors, Castaic has the perfect lifelike lure for the job. So if you're ready to get your hands wet, pick up a Castaic lure today.
Bulldog rods feature a series of 12 rods designed by the best of the best in the industry. All the tools a serious bass fisherman would ever need. Whether you're a touring pro or a weekend warrior, these rods are for you. Each blank features Japanese Toray carbon fiber and gives these rods incredible feel, lightness, and power. With a no questions asked warranty, unmatched look, durability, and sensitivity that has to be felt to be believed, they are priced to sell, built to last. Bulldog rods, tough as a dog, that's no bull.
The Bass Doctor is sponsored by American Tackle Company, makers of the microwave guide system, Lucky Tackle Box, Castaic, the original swim bait company, Duquette Fishing, Reaction Strike, #1 in swim baits, Bulldog rods, tough as a dog, that ain't no bull, Power Pole shallow water anchors, Garmin, TH Marine, Stormer, and by Backstabber Lures.
Today's show with Cody out here on the West Coast is all about the drop shot. It is slick, calm, bluebird skies. It's coming into winter time. It's cold. We've had a cold front the last couple mornings. Cody's fished it all day on a spinning rod. I'm actually throwing it on a bait caster. This is a 7-foot medium Bulldog rod, RB, or actually RW360 Duquette reel. 10-pound line, just real light setup to throw this drop shot on. Y'all seen the Jerky J in the past, the 7-inch, the 5-inch. All this is a little 3.5-inch Jerky J. Usually fishing on a swim bait head, not today. We're rigging it up on a standard drop shot, just a little number 2 drop shot hook, nose hooking it, just like you would any other worm. Just a fun day out here drop shot fishing with Cody Meyer. Let's go back fishing. Come on now.
There he is, Jason.
I think I just missed him. I warmed him up for you.
Thank you. It's a little guy.
You know, one of the craziest things about a drop shot that a lot of people don't realize is you can fish it deep, you can fish it shallow. For most of us southern guys, especially on the Tennessee River, it's became a pretty important tool for us. When you see those fish on that Garmin and you can't make them bite a crankbait, swim bait, whatever, you can take that drop shot a lot of times and put it right in front of their face, and you can get a lot of those fish to bite that typically won't bite anything else.
Yeah, get the school fired up.
One of the things that I've probably used it for more than anything personally is bed fishing. It's fishing the spawn. And you can strap it to 50-pound braid, you know, 4/0 hook, and you can just keep that bait right in the bed when you drop it in there.
Definitely. There's so many times and you know, situations where you can use it. See, it's funny is you're gonna pick it up when they're not biting anything else. A guy like me, I start the day off throwing that thing. I throw it all day. No, I don't. But I mean, there's been plenty of tournaments where you know, I've thrown it all day and I don't put it down. I'm first cast is with it, last cast is with it. But I agree. I mean, for me, most of the time it's going to be when the bite's tough, you're not getting them the bite, you know, day like today, you know, where they're really not active, and the only way you can get them to bite is something really, really finessey, and you just got to slowly fish it in front of their face to get them to go. Oh, come on. Maybe he'll come back. Yep.
Come back.
Came back.
Give him another shot.
Like a decent fish.
Throw me out.
It's funny, you know, that's a little tip I've used over the years. I learned from fishing with spotted bass. You know, you get a bite, don't just reel it in, just drop it straight back down, and you'll be surprised how many fish come back and bite it. You know, and it might not even be that fish. It could be, you know, another fish that's sitting there, and say a little one grabs the bait first, and then all of a sudden the big one comes back or sitting there and bites it.
Big one?
Yeah, not a bad one. Look at that one.
Decent fish. Man, those Floridas are pretty in that sunlight.
They are, huh? Did you take this fish at Beaver Lake?
Oh yeah, yeah. That is a mega giant at Beaver Lake.
Nice drop shot fish. Look at that.
4+.
4+. Beautiful fish, huh? You can see those nice stripes there.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, I mean, it could be the same fish, could be a different fish, but dropped it back down there, gave him another look at that thing, caught the fish.
4 pounder.
That'll work, man.
That'll work.
What a great day, huh?
It's been fun, dude. I really have enjoyed it. Drop shot fishing is not necessarily my favorite type of fishing on the Tennessee River, but you come west with this guy, California, Cody Meyer is the drop shot man. He's proven it over and over and over. I appreciate you having us and doing this, man.
Thank you, man.
Look forward to doing it again sometime.
Sounds good.
Till next time, guys, Bass Doctor, Cody Meyer, this has been fun. Thanks.